And I'm back, so technically so the first team we talked about, first off, where I left off, I was talking about the Rock Falls Shootout as well. So it kind of did something. Sometimes I'm technically, recording from my phone. So back to what I was doing. So first of all, so the games will feature 6 games. So first game will be Rock Falls. We'll play Christ King in their first game. Both their first games. Rock Island will take on Peoria Manual. The Thornton Fractional South will take on Sterling. And also after that will be the second round of all teams will be playing. So Rock Island will play Christ King. Rock Falls will take on Thornton Fractional South. And then Sterling will take on Peoria Manual in the final game as well. So we kick off with the first 2 teams will be the neighbor schools, and that's first up. We talked about the host team, Sterling. So Sterling is coming in currently right now at 13-3. They're 3-2 overall in the Western Big Six. So this week they have UT on Tuesday night, then Geneseo on Friday night as well. Both Western Big Six games. So for UT, for Sterling, it's going to be a tough one as well. UT, they're coming in with their first-year head coach, Andy Say, who's also coming in from Rock Ridge. Coach Say had 2 fourth-place finishes back-to-back years for his 2 final years at Rock Ridge as well. So I believe he comes in undefeated as well whenever you talk about Sterling's gym. So he also won 2 super sectional titles at Homer B. Moscow Fieldhouse, both with Rock Ridge, as they took on Rockford Lutheran, who they actually faced in both years as well. So UT, they're coming off a blowout loss on Friday to Rock Island. So Rock Island's going to be another team I'm going to talk about coming up as well in Rock Falls in the video. So for Sterling, they defeated Galesburg on Friday night as well. So that was the second meeting between the Silver Streaks and the Golden Warriors. So Sterling's going to be another team. They're 13-3, 3-2 overall in the Western Big Six. So first of all, so for Sterling, so players to watch out. So there's a lot on the list probably for Sterling because you have Andre Claver, you have Lucas Austin, Nico Battaglia, Cape Phillips, and also off the Carter Chance, and then you have Max Osborne as well. And there's other ones as well, like Jimmy Wadsworth who also came in Friday versus Galesburg as well. So Sterling, they are one of the favorites to come in the top 25 as well in Class 3A. Along with them, they're not the only team from the area, but Dixon is also in the top 25 as well. So Sterling's going to be another one to watch out for. So they're also part, in their subsectional, they're in the Pontiac sectional. So most likely for them, I'm probably going to project like they might run into Metamora again, kind of get like another rematch, what they got last year in Galesburg, part of that sectional, where Sterling faced Metamora. That was part of their state championship run. So technically for the Redbirds, they're also, for their coach Reeves, it's also his last dance as well for him. So the Redbirds, they're going to try to bring him another state title, hopefully ride him off with the state title as well, go back-to-back for Metamora as well. So Metamora is probably going to be one of the teams to watch out for coming out of the Mid-Illini Conference, and also for them, for Sterling, they'll be taking on Peoria Manual, who's also out of Peoria as well, near that area as well. So I think the game versus Thornton Fractional South is going to be a good one, and the game versus Peoria Manual. Next up, we have Rock Falls Rockets out of the Big Northern Conference. So Rock Falls is coming in at 12-6 overall, 2-1 in the Big Northern Conference. So for Rock Falls, they have lost 6 games and won 12 games currently right now. So this week for them, they're facing Orion and Princeton, both out of the Three Rivers. Orion out of the Three Rivers West, and Princeton out of the Three Rivers East. So for both the Rockets and the Tigers, it's kind of been like, for them, kind of like a little rivalry they have between the two. So Princeton, the Rockets have not beat Princeton since November of 2021, and that was down in Geneseo in a close one as well. The Tigers last year also went undefeated as well. So probably be another good one between Rock Falls and Princeton as well. So hopefully going to be a good one on Friday night between the two, between Princeton and Rock Falls. So last year, both Rock Falls and Princeton did play twice. Princeton won both of them. The first one came at the Calamoni down in Spring Valley Hall last year, and then the second one came at Rock Falls at the Taylor Gym as well, part of the Shootout as well that they played Freeport in as well. So for the Rockets, they can be, hopefully contest what they did, came out like they did, like, because technically they did come out, talk to them, try to come out strong like they did in the second half for the Rockets out of Rock Falls. So hopefully compete as well. So next up is Rock Island. The Rocks come in 13-4, 4-1 in the Western Big Six as well. So Rock Island, they do have a big week coming up this week as well. So they do kick off Tuesday night Western Big Six play against Rock Island Alleman. And then they'll have the big game on Friday night on the road down in Quincy as well. So it's going to be a big one down there in Rock Island. So two of the top teams in the Western Big Six colliding against each other. So we did see them on December. So last time we saw the Rocks was in December, where Rock Island defeated Sterling in a blowout fashion. So this Rocks team is probably one of the favorites as well in the state as well. So the Rocks have some talent there. They have the likes of Larry Olivier Jr., KJ Lamont, Desmond Jackson, Dawson Zulu, a bunch of other names that I can mention as well. Devontae Cartwright as well is going to be another one of those names. So Rock Island, they're coming in 13-4. So their first game, they'll take on Peoria Manual. They're probably the one that's going to steal the show. It's probably going to be them and Christ the King as well. So I think the Christ the King Rock Island one's going to probably steal the show next week down in Sterling as well, up in Sterling. So Rock Island, they're coming in. So probably some good matchups this week, because it's going to be like, because you're going in the big conference game against Quincy. So it's probably going to be a good one on Friday night when they take on Quincy and as well. And then probably on Monday as well, coming back, probably when they play Christ the King in the second game. Next up, we have Peoria Manual, the Rams out of the Big 12 Conference. So Manual currently right now is coming in 8-6, 3-2 overall. So I don't know who they have coming up this week. So two of the players that I've had are Tyrich Richardson and DJ Finley, as well from the Manual Rams. And then next up, we have the Thornhill Fractional South out of the Suburban Conference. So they come in 2-1, 6-8. So they have 2 players. So they're kind of hard to pronounce too, because some names I do get some wrong, and some names, like sometimes I do have trouble saying names, because some of them I will get wrong, some of them I'll get right as well. So Thornhill Fractional South. So this is one of the new teams they have coming up here for the Shootout here in Sterling. So last year, it's probably going to be a different field, Shootout field, because last year, you did have Rock Falls, Christ the King, and Sterling as well. So last year you had the likes of, Hinsdale South, you had Kankakee, you have Normal West as well that I mentioned, all those free as well. Sterling Rock Falls. So last year, and then the year before that, they only had 4 teams because it was probably hard. The year before, you had those teams come in like Rock Falls, Kankakee, and Normal West because, some, you still had COVID, it was a pandemic. Some of them weren't able to come to the shootout due to it, having to shut down, the year before, but then the year after, it kind of set up for like to get more teams come into the shootout as well. As I mentioned, because they had another team out of the sub, so all 3 of them were out of the sub this year before. Then last year you had Normal West, Christ the King, Kankakee is all that. So last year they had 2 games that went overtime as well. Sterling defeating Kankakee in the close one, and also you had Rock Falls in a close one where they defeated Hinsdale South 91-88. That is the highest scoring game in their shootout history at the Sterling Martin Luther King Classic. So the other team, the final team we have is Christ the King. They're 15-2, 4-0 overall in their conference. So Christ the King's coming out of the Chicago Christian Conference, I believe. So 2 players to watch out for are Darren Green, Gavin Warsham for Christ the King. So for Christ the King, they do have a chance, a slight chance for the Gladiators. They might return to Sterling, not for only this MLK shootout, but they might return for the super sectional. So Rock Falls and Christ the King, these 2. So Christ the King's out of the Timothy Christian Conference, not the Timothy Christian sectional, the sectional. Rock Falls will be taking place in the Mendota sectional as well. So the winner of both of those sectionals will play at Sterling in the super sectional down at Homer Moscow Fieldhouse for a chance to go to state at State Farm Center and Assembly Hall down in Champaign as well that week coming up as well. So Christ the King. So game 1 in the shootout will feature Christ the King and Rock Falls. Another potential super sectional matchup as well. Rock Island, then it's Rock Island and Peoria Manual, then Thornton Fractional South and Stevenson. Then all 6 teams will play their first game. And then the first one to play their second games will be Rock Island and Christ the King. Then it's Rock Falls and Thornton Fractional South. And to end it all off will be Sterling and Peoria Manual. Alright, so that's the video. So make sure to like it. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I might try to make it to the Sterling Martin Luther King shootout that day. I'm hoping that I could make it, hopefully to watch all the games or something. But hopefully, I will get a chance to do the Sterling Martin Luther King Classic as well. So I'm to end this video. So have a great night, everyone. And I'll see you in the next video.